Well, this week, Hawaii's public school teachers return to the classroom to get their rooms ready for students. The first day for students is next Monday, and KITV4 wants to make sure you and your kids are ready. Now, all week, we'll be helping you get your kids adjusted to new schedules, new schools, and give you information on how to keep them safe. And as we know, preparing for school is about more than just getting school supplies. Children require better routines, including good sleep and quality family time. Dr. Michael Hamilton, a pediatrician at Kaiser Permanente, joins us now to talk about how to get your child into these routines. And Dr. Hamilton is also the vice president of the American Academy of Pediatrics Hawaii chapter. Good morning, doctor, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. So it's been a nice long summer break, and now parents got to get their kids ready for school and in gear, but sometimes it can be a little sluggish. What's your advice for getting them to ease into this transition?
It is tough because there's really not a routine oftentimes in the summer, and then you instantly have to get back into this routine. So transitioning back to that regular schedule is important. And so if you can start weeks beforehand, or at least a week or so beforehand, getting back into that schedule, that will be very helpful. Success in school actually starts in the home, and so one of the things that you want to do is establish healthy habits. Make sure you have your children eat breakfast. Establish a bedtime and a routine for going to bed. Stick with that routine. Everybody in the household should have a bedtime, and everybody should stick to it.
All right, that's good advice. Now, sleep obviously a huge issue for parents and their kids, and for kids of all ages. How do you know that your kid is not getting enough sleep?
That's a good question. That children between the ages of 6 and 12 need, on average, of about 11 to 12 hours in a 24-hour period. And then when you talk about teenagers, roughly the age of 13 to 18, they need ideally 9 hours of sleep. I don't know very many teenagers that get 9 hours of sleep. So,
I know, especially with all of our technology and texting and everything, right?
So I tell my patients, shoot for 8 hours, and if you can get 9 hours, that's ideal. So what do you do to get that sleep? You want to make sure that, like I mentioned, you want to establish a bedtime. And I think it's very reasonable to sit down with your child and have an age-appropriate discussion on your plans for the year. What do you want to accomplish in school? How do you want to go about doing it?
But what about all those excuses? There's, oh, I'm thirsty, or I have to go to the bathroom, or, I need this, or I need that. I mean, for a lot of parents, it's an hour-long process between brushing teeth and finally getting to bed.
It is a process, and those are ploys that the young ones learn to avoid going to bed. And so, I think parents do need to be firm, and you need to just set the expectations that this is what's going to happen. And then you need to lead up to it. I mean, really, it's not going to happen instantly, but, after a busy day, our mind and our body we need to transition into a sleepful state. And so if there's an established routine that takes place regularly, consistently, then it does sort of start that process of getting the child to go to sleep.
And you also stress the importance of family time. How important is that, and what do you mean by carving out family time?
Well, family time is very important. I mean, children thrive when in an environment that's structured. And so setting up regular times where you can be together as a family is incredibly important. Ideally, you'd want to have 2 meals together as a family. In everybody's busy schedules, at least try to make it mandatory that you have 1 meal together as a family. And around the table, there should be no distractions, no TV on, no radio, maybe even put your cell phones in the other room so you can't get distracted that way. And make the mealtime a safe zone. There shouldn't really be any kind of real strict disciplinary type of discussion. It should be, a very casual time to have discussion about
so you're actually talking to each other and not, texting and being distracted.
That's exactly right.
Well, those are all really good tips, Dr. Michael Hamilton. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck to all the parents out there, because it's going to be tough. We really appreciate it. Dr. Michael Hamilton from Kaiser Permanente. And KITV4's commitment to getting you and your keiki prepared continues online. Head to KITV.com and you'll find a back-to-school section at the top of our homepage. And while you're there, do you think your keiki has the best routine to get out the door on time and ready to take on the school day? Our morning newscast is launching a KITV4 Keiki of the Day segment. Entering is simple. Just upload your photos of your son or daughter to the YouLocal section of our website, KITV.com, and we may show them on air. We'll be right back. It is 6:48.